What's up, Lorehounds? It's Cooper here. I'm inside the Red 5 Studios booth. We're here again at FireFall with James Macauley, executive producer. You guys have done some crazy changes since we last spoke to you guys. The first big one was you drop leveling.
It's been an incredible summer for us. It's been super intense. We've basically gutted the entire house and remodeled this place, and we have given gamers so much new stuff to look at and to enjoy, and we had probably the most epic, legendary milestone we've ever had at Red 5 Studios, and we completely changed core combat, we changed progression, we changed items and crafting, and it's been awesome.
So one of that was you dropped the levels. There's no levels, you know, now. So now we're in an MMO without levels. Kind of crazy, kind of original.
Very different, different.
But you kind of moved that kind of progression into two different parts of the game. So now it's the battle frames and then the tech tree.
Absolutely. Yeah, I mean, one of the things we were realizing with a vertical progression game or a leveling game was it led to vertical progression, where the more time you played, the higher the level you were, and the expectation was there by gamers that you would have higher powered weapons and abilities. And that's kind of what we've been conditioned to feel from other MMORPGs. And FireFall, first and foremost, has always been meant to be a skill-based competitive shooter. And so we didn't want that. We didn't want to have that kind of vertical progression within the same matchmaking bucket or the same group of players playing against each other in PvP. And so we went into the direction of a more horizontal progression game with equipment being your primary focus on progression.
So what do we have, the additions to the tech tree, the massive change you guys did there?
We changed a lot of core combat too. In addition to the tech tree changes, we actually changed core combat from the ground up. You know, we asked the hard questions. We touched upon things like run speed, which for any game, run speed is a sacred cow, especially a high action combat game. And we asked the question, are we fast enough? And we wanted the game to be faster. And so we actually went in and we increased the run speed by about 20%. We increased jump height, we changed how gravity affects jumping. We increased your jump jets. You have much more burn time now, so you can stay in the air for a much longer time. But it also means you're a target for much longer, right? So there's a trade-off.
Yeah, I mean, you mentioned you removed a class, you actually got rid of the medic class, and you added the biotech. And was the decision behind the medic because of healing in a shooter?
Yeah, I mean, there were a couple of reasons that we decided to get rid of the medic. I mean, first of all, by having a game that's built around a healing mechanic, we really have to balance everything, all of the weapons and abilities and how much health each of the battle frames have around that mechanic. In which case, at a competitive level, for you to be competitive, you basically have no option but to have a medic on your team. And the goal for FireFall has always been to give players choices and to give you options and to give competitive players, lots of strategy, opportunities, so you can mix and match, your composition for your team. But the way the game was built, we really basically gave you no option but to have medics.
You guys also went about and changed your whole resource system, and also that has a huge impact on the crafting system. So you effectively changed both of them in one fell swoop.
Yeah, everything that we changed is interlocking. We changed combat, we changed our equipment, we got rid of leveling, we introduced tiers, and the tech license tree where you unlock new pieces of equipment for your battle frame. And we want horizontal progression. One of the things we really want to embrace is, like, if you've been playing for months and months and months and I'm a new player and we're in a tier 1 match, I still want to be competitive against you, right? We're not like a fantasy MMORPG where if you've played for longer than me, I literally cannot do damage to you. No, we're a skill game, and we want horizontal progression. Now, you're going to have unlocked more options, more utility, more weapon choices, more ability choices, but we will be within a similar band of power and capability within that tier.
So you guys actually just started kicking off your esports stuff. You just threw up the spectator mode. You got a couple tournaments lined up and now?
We have got a lot going on for FireFall and our competitive esports side of things. We're really excited about really kind of pushing FireFall into the competitive space and making sure that we're offering the content, the multiplayer maps and the map modes, as well as the tools to allow the community, as well as professional shoutcasters to really spread the word and to really showcase the competitive nature of FireFall. And so just recently, this last month at Gamescom, we announced our esports tools where we rolled out a spectator mode. This is available to all gamers in-game. We really want to make it easy for people to kind of watch other players and learn from other players and actually see some of the superstars so they can have something to aspire towards.
You've been listening to the community, making really tough decisions, everything through dropping classes, dropping levels, adding new systems, changing crafting, resource gathering, I mean, tons of different stuff. And we actually just got the last character wipe, so even though you're still in closed beta, you're not losing your any progress.
To say, yes, final character wipe was August 7th, so it's party time.
It looks awesome. Thanks so much. We can't wait to get back in there.
Thank you for your support. Really appreciate you guys tuning in. Check us out on FireFallTheGame.com, please. Peace.